10 things I wish I'd known as a professional property investor and businessman 10 years ago. Latest what? Good. Listen, I'm actually at a wedding. I've just nipped out, so my wife might come and drag me any minute. So I'm gonna try and keep this pretty quick. But if I was advising my 10-year younger self, if I had a meeting with my 10-year younger self, what would I say to my 10-year younger self? And these are the things that I would say. I would say, number one, good debt is your friend. Embrace it. One of the things that we learn when we grow up is debt is bad. And thank God I got into debt when I was a teenager and got a mortgage. I borrowed money from people to put into property. I borrowed money from people to put into my own education. Thank God that I did that, because but the thing is, here's the thing. At the time, I didn't know how much of a good thing that was. At the time, I was like, this is a bit risky. I remember buying a house with none of my own money. I got an 80% mortgage and 20% I borrowed from my grandma. And I remember thinking, oh my goodness. She offered to give me more money. And I was like, no. And I was like, my heart was beating fast. 5 years later, that property shot up in value, and the cash flow, but more than the cash flow, the capital appreciation that I made from that deal, I thought, damn, I wish I'd borrowed more money, because I was scared of debt because I didn't understand the difference between good debt and bad debt. Good debt is your best friend. That's the first thing I said, so don't be afraid of it. Number two is most deal sources suck. The only property deals that I've lost money on are ones that I've paid someone else to find for me. So most deal sources suck. Warning. Number three, I'm qualified to make a decision. 10-year younger Samuel Leeds, you're qualified to make a decision. When I was like 20 and I was going around looking at houses, I didn't trust myself to make a decision on whether I should buy the house or not. So I'd have to go to viewings with a proper adult or a builder or someone like that, because I didn't trust myself. And now what I would say is, listen, man, trust yourself. Get the professional surveys done and the professional after you've gone and viewed the house, but feel free to put offers forward without having a adult with you. Like, just trust yourself. You're qualified to make a decision. Number four, document everything. Document everything. I really regret that I didn't start documenting and filming my property journey those first few years, because firstly is when you document your journey, people see it. When you put yourself out there and you document it and you put it out there, people see it. And when people know who you are, it's much easier to do business, because you can do joint ventures, you can raise finance. People want to, it's just, how can you do business if people don't know who you are? Property business is a people business. So document everything for that reason. But also, I love looking back on myself and seeing how much I've improved. I cringe looking back at some of the videos that I did 5 years ago. I'm like, oh my goodness. So document it so you can track your personal development, but also you want to document everything so you can see the figures. Sometimes you think, oh, this house is doing really well, but then unless you document it and you actually have the figures, oh wow, this is actually, I've documented over there, this is actually how it's done. You don't know if it's doing good or not. It's just, you've got to document everything, put yourself out there. Number five, selling is everything, and selling is a learnable skill. I didn't realize that. I thought as a property investor I needed to be good at property investing, not knowing that actually selling is the key ingredient. What do I mean by selling? Selling is just making it, influencing people, making it easy for people to do business with you. That's selling. And when you're dealing with tenants and investors and landlords and agents, and you're dealing with people, and you've got to be able to sell, and selling is something that's learnable. Something I didn't realize, and I lost a lot of deals by selling myself short. And if I was to go back 10 years, I would be learning how to sell. I wouldn't be leaving that. Number six, and I hope you're enjoying these so far. If you are, by the way, don't forget to just smash that like button below. That I'd really appreciate that. Number six is you cannot please everybody. I mean, when I was young and I was starting out, I used to lose sleep over it when tenants were upset with me. But the thing is, you cannot please everybody, 100% of people, 100% of the time. You just can't. And if you were everybody's cup of tea, then you would be a mug. So, like, an example of this would be, if I'd had a property for 4 or 5 years and it was a HMO, and I'd go in and I'd say, guys, we're going to do a refurb, and we're going to put a new kitchen, new bathroom, we're going to spend £5,000 lifting the house, and we're going to put the rents up by £25 a month. Fair? Some tenants would love it. They're like, yes, thank you. I was about to move out, but I'm so glad. And yep, the rent review makes sense. And if you're putting, but then others will be like, oh, I like it the way it is. You just can't please everybody. Even when I do YouTube videos, some people will say, you know, oh, I hate it when you say this, or I don't like this video. Other people say, I love it. Like, you just can't please everybody. So what I would say to my younger self is, don't try and please everybody. Just do you. And as long as you're acting ethically and you're helping people and you're sleeping well at night and you're making money and you're adding value, just don't care what anybody thinks. Number 7, a bad tenant is worse than no tenant. Geez. So in the early days, I would sometimes have no tenant and I'd be like worried. Oh my gosh, I've not had a tenant in 3 weeks. I'm losing money on this house. So I would put someone in there that I knew wasn't a great tenant, but I just wanted rent. Never ends well. The only thing worse than no tenant is a bad tenant. You just don't want it. You just don't want it, because then they won't pay the rent and then they'll trash the place as well. Like, really important. Number 8, professionals do lie. Just because an estate agent says that this is the value does not mean that this is the value. Just because something's printed in a book does not mean that it's fact. You know, professional people do lie. A lot of people have an agenda. You just need to figure out what their agenda is. Don't be a follower of one person, but be a student of many. So what I would say is, rather than just going off what someone said, do your own research and trust your own intuition and make up your own mind. Number 9, you, Samuel Leeds, 19 years old, you're going to be hated. Not nice to say. I wouldn't enjoy saying that to my 10-year younger self, but I didn't expect people to hate on me. But here's the thing, there would be no such thing as light if there wasn't darkness. There's no such thing as fans and people that love you if there's not some people that hate you. So for every one hater, you've helped 100. Just get over it and expect it. Again, it's a little bit similar to that you can't please everybody, but when you're in business, sometimes people are going to be upset with you. Sometimes you're going to have to make tough decisions. If you've got staff, sometimes you're going to have to fire people, or you're going to have to interview people and then say, no, sorry, you're not the right person. Sometimes you are going to have to evict bad tenants if they're not paying their rent, and you're going to feel really bad about it, and they're going to end up hating you and giving you horrible letters. It's just going to happen. It's not going to happen if you have 10 tenants, but if you have 100 tenants or 1,000 tenants, some of them aren't going to like you. If you put yourself out there on YouTube, you're going to have some people that don't like it. So if you're going to grow big, which I have done, just expect that some people aren't going to like it. I don't know why. Some people, maybe it's because they're jealous. Maybe some people are trying to protect you, so they're being naysayers. Maybe some people have got a right not to like you, but it's just going to happen. But if you're helping a lot of people, you're making a lot of money, you're adding a lot of value, expect that you will also be hated. Number 10, and this is arguably the most important thing that I would say to my 10-year younger self, is, hey, you are going to be successful. You're going to be successful. Like when I was starting out, I remember thinking, oh, I hope I'm successful. I hope this works. Listen, being rich, being successful is a choice, not a destiny. As long as you take the proper, appropriate steps, get the appropriate training, it's just gonna happen. It's like if you get in a car and drive and follow a sat-nav, you're gonna get to the destination. As long as you put the right destination in, which is the destination for financial freedom, and then take the right steps and go on the right journey, it's just gonna happen. It's a choice. So don't feel like, oh, I hope this works for me. I hope that someone gives me a break. Give yourself a break. You know, you can do it. So I think those would probably summarize the 10 things that I wish I'd known 10 years ago, 10 things that I would have told my 10-year younger self. Let me know what you think, guys. Please do drop your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe. If you watch my videos and you're not subscribed, geez, I'm going to find you and I'm going to punch you in the throat. If you'd like to spend a couple of days learning about property and getting your financial freedom formula put in place for you, then come on down to the Property Investors Crash Course. I'm going to put a link somewhere in the description and you can come on down for free, 2 days to learn about property. Guys, thank you so much. And I'm going to get back in the wedding and go and enjoy some food. See you later.